Hi, this is Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny, and you're watching the Mayor's Message. Hello, welcome to this edition of the Mayor's Message. I'm Coffee County Mayor Judd Matheny, and we have with us a wonderful friend and Coffee County citizen, Miss Leanne Eaton. Leanne is the Director of Youth Services here in Coffee County, and she works at the Justice Center, and as always, she'll have her contact information and name and everything up on these graphics after a while. But like we do in all these short segments, we like to ask our department heads and supervisors to come in and just tell us in their own words what you do for our county and our youth, what drew you to this job, maybe what are some of your challenges, some of your greatest rewards, and don't forget to tell us about some things in your personal life that are important.
All right. Well, I am Leanne Eaton. I have worked with Coffee County government since 1991 in the Youth Services Office. I actually came to work here as an MTSU student and an intern from MTSU social work program. And I started working there under Randall Morrison was our juvenile judge at the time, and I was actually able to help assist in writing a grant that got a position started. And at the end of my internship, was actually offered that position. So I came in under the impression that I was going to have that job for a year, and 32 years later, I'm still there. So, but I was drawn to this kind of work, working with juvenile court. My job is to be over I'm the director of the Juvenile Probation Office, so that entails lots of things. But I was drawn to this work because I've always enjoyed helping people, trying to troubleshoot. I've always kind of been a problem solver. And once I started working there, I knew that's where I belonged. And like I said, I've been there ever since. It's a great job. I supervise the juvenile probation officers. There are 3 juvenile probation officers for Coffee County, and I also have 1 assistant. And our job is to make sure that the court orders put down by our juvenile court judges are carried out by those that are on probation. So each one of our probation officers is required to have a bachelor degree in psychology, social work, criminal justice, those kind of things. So they have a background working with people, and they come in and are specialized in doing such. And so they are all assigned a caseload from the juvenile court docket. And our goal is to prevent future delinquent activity, because everybody that comes through is either unruly or delinquent. And we try to help families find resources in the community that may need. So that ranges lots of things. It could be, a family needing drug rehabilitation. Maybe a child has an issue with alcohol, substance abuse. We try to hook those resources up for that child. Maybe the same thing with mental health needs. We try to bring professionals in, make referrals in the community to those services, to bring those things into that family. We also do a lot of work. We partner with the local school systems on truancy. We process around 200 cases a year of truancy that comes through each school system. We work with all 3, Manchester City, Coffee County, and Tullahoma City schools. So we work with those attendance officers on meetings with families and try to get resources in for those kids to keep them out of the court system. So part of our work is keeping kids out of the court system, and that's a goal as well. And we try to benefit families as much as we can and partner with other agencies to kind of do a group effort.
And you also have a very difficult task. You and I spoke about this on another conversation we had one day. You have to hang on to kids for a while until evaluations are done, and sometimes that can be quite a long while. But you do try to keep them close to home.
Yes.
I think you use some other counties when we have don't have room for ourselves. Of course, all these things cost a lot of money, but she's done a great job at getting the county reimbursed with her hard work through state grants, and she knows where to go in her Rolodex to fit each bill. And I was really impressed when she started telling me all these monies, which nothing's cheap, that were going out. I'm like, and And then she says, oh, but I got, all of it, but maybe at $20 back or something. She's just done a great job. And that's the kind of person we love to have here in Coffee County.
Well, thank you. We do try to keep kids close to home. We do have contracts with Bedford County Juvenile Detention and Rutherford County, which are the main two that we use. We also have one with Putnam County. That's a little bit further out. We use them kind of as a last resort, a backup plan, because it's just a lot more convenient to get kids back and forth to Rutherford County or Bedford. We also try to go with the most cost-effective because, like you said, we do have a lot. We've had a lot of overflow in detention for the past year and a half or so. Post-COVID has been a struggle. We've had a lot more mental health issues in the world, and that has trickled down to our juvenile population, and a lot more aggressive kind of offenses that have come up. And if they're ever posing a threat, if a juvenile's ever posing a threat to himself or the community, we definitely make sure that we get them off the street and have them placed somewhere where they don't pose a risk to the community. So there's lots of reasons that we put kids in detention, but our judges are really good and very considerate when they look at those cases individually. They want to make sure that the best is done for all parties involved, and they want to keep the streets safe, and they want to keep the schools safe, and they want to keep families safe. So, that is a big issue that we deal with every day. But yes, we do get reimbursement on detention. We have found a way to get 75% back of the detention that we use for long-term cases, the ones that have mental health evaluations, and that has helped quite a bit. So our detention line item is kind of iffy every year when we go through the budget, but it's something you just can't really predict.
And you're right about COVID as we start to wrap up here. Kids could be seen every day in the schools and in the community when they go to school, but when they're not in school for a year and a half, a lot of things go on that exacerbate themselves, and by the time you can maybe see them, they're much further along.
Right.
Both mental health and maybe even some abuses and substance abuses too. And so I know that last few years has been extra hard on you too. You probably have some more significant cases and more of them. But you're doing a great job, and thank you so much. And folks, give her a shout out and tell her thank you for all the work she does for our court system and our kids. And once again, we'll have her information up here on the screen if you need to contact her. And Miss Linda, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Leanne, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I had Linda in the last week's episode. They're both probation, by the way. But anyway, thank you again for watching this edition of the Mayor's Message.